The Oklahoma City Thunder look kind of different this year. Sam Presti is innovating the team, and it seems like they might be going through a rebuild, but still, this team is an interesting one. So before we start this video, I would like to hear down below in the comments, what do you expect the Oklahoma City Thunder to be this year? Middle of the pack, lottery, or a playoff team? So let's get into it and talk about what to expect from the Oklahoma City Thunder. I want to talk first about their new coach hiring. And before I get berated in the comment section, I don't know how to say his last name, so please tell me how to say it correctly down below. So I'm going to call him Coach Marky Mark. Okay, look, Coach Marky Mark is one of the best hirings in my opinion. Did you know he actually was from the University of Florida and he went to OKC a year before Billy Donovan ended up there? A little cool fact that I found out. He coached the G League team for a few years. He had I think it was 140 to 103 win-loss record. So he was a proven G League coach. So, and it's been a new trend. You've seen Nick Nurse and Luke Walton, two guys who went there. Nick Nurse being a great example and Luke Walton being kind of an iffy example. I don't think Luke Walton's the great coach, but I really like Coach Mark. Coach Mark is a guy who also he was on UConn as a college manager for the team when they won the championship in '04. And he's a guy who's been around the game, studied the game, knows the game. And, I haven't been able to figure out what they're going to be running. But from what I'm seeing, the pieces that Sam Presti is getting with this team, if we're just going to talk about their acquisitions, Trevor Ariza, who I'm not going to say is I don't know if they really wanted him. He's just been traded so much this offseason. They just might have ended up with him. Moses Brown, Josh Hill, George Hill, Al Horford, Frank Jackson, Justin Jackson, Ty Jerome, TJ Leaf, Darius Miller, Alexei Pokusevski, Chanson Randall, Admiral Schofield, and Kenrick Williams. You know what I see? And Theo Maledon and Vit Karijic as two other draft picks. What you see right there is a lot of space and pace. Okay, this is a team that's going to have a lot of shooting, a lot of spacing on the floor, and a team that's going to really transition breaks. And I think that's something Coach Mark is really going to emphasize. I think he's going to be also a guy who's emphasizing on development. I think he's going to be a coach who's going to be really good at developing because you have guys like Darius Bailey, Diallo, Dort, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who need to still develop, and other players that could develop. And I see this guy as being a really good development coach. Please let me know your opinions down below in the comments. Now that they got a guard, I second they got kind of weird, but George Hill. Either way, George Hill was a guy who last year, he actually shot surprisingly well from three. And this is a guy, George Hill, who I've always been a huge fan, especially when I started to be able to watch him a lot more when he was playing in Indiana. I just remember those Indiana years, and that was really cool. But mainly, look, George Hill is going to be a guy who can bring some defense in the sense that he has the defensive IQ, so some of the things he does on defense won't show up on the stat board, but he'll get you a steal. He can be the voice in the locker room and talk to the guys and mentor the young guys. He can come out and give you about 9 points a game, and it's awesome. He's been shooting efficiently the past few years from three, and it's not like he's taking a bunch of attempts. He's taking 2-3 threes a game, but he's still shooting almost 40%, or has shot 40% for the season. And, I think he can be a good guy to mentor the point guards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You got the new guy, Theo Maledon, who I'll talk later about, who I love. Ty Jerome, Frank Jackson, a bunch of guys who could really learn from George Hill. I truly believe that they weren't targeting Al for, dude, that was a voice crack. I want to say if you heard that was a voice crack. Al Horford. And I think they really just got him for the salary dump, which is fine. But he can actually be a guy in the locker room. I don't expect him to be statistically impressive at all. We're talking about a guy last year who averaged 11 points and a little bit under 7 rebounds a game. Yeah, he still got you 4 assists and shot 35% from three, but he is not the guy he was when he was in Boston, or even the guy he was nothing near that. He was slower. You could see Father Time catch up with our man Al Horford, but Al Horford could be the mentor here. There's a lot of young guys in Darius Baisley, Alexei Pokusevski, TJ Leaf, Kenrick Williams. Isn't he a kind of a small ball forward? I could be wrong about that one. Either way, there's guys here on this team that could really benefit from having a mentor like Al Horford. And having Coach Marky Mark here and Al Horford being the guy next to him, Al Horford, I feel like is going to be one of those player assistant coaches this season. Like, he'll get minutes, but he'll be doing a lot like how Juwan Howard was at the end of his career. Plus, they're just paying him off and taking the picks they get with him, or the players they got with him. The next step is going to be this year for Shai. Don't be surprised if he has a sophomore slump, and that's not even going to be his fault. New coaching staff, new everything. So, and not having a full offseason of preparation, it's going to probably affect his. He might have come off slower, might seem sluggish, but I see him being a 20 points per game scorer. Hopefully, obviously he seemed like he could play the point guard, and I could see him playing the point guard position more this year. And I remember when he came in, he was kind of like a combo guard with point guard like skills, and I always saw of him as a point guard. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what I've always saw. I know I haven't watched enough Oklahoma City Thunder games for him, but he had three and a half assists, and I know there's Chris Paul there, so I always saw him more in the playoffs when I did really watch him, because I watched most of the playoff games. He seemed like they were playing him at like a shooting guard position, but they're all also running a 3-guard system, so I think it's going to be different. I do see him becoming the true point guard this year and maybe getting those assists up, and I really do see him as a guy who could be a 20 points per game scorer. Let me hear your guys' opinions down below on what you guys think of Shai's potential. Alexei Pokusevski is by far one of my favorite players in this year's NBA draft. Oh my god. Yeah, people tell me that his shoulders aren't square enough and he'll never get the weight. But let me tell you that if he can get to 235 pounds by the time that his rookie contract is over, oh my god, this guy's going to be good. If you guys do not remember, Giannis Antetokounmpo became an effective NBA player once he hit 220 pounds, and that's when the Bucks unleashed him. That's when we saw him have Jason Kidd start playing him, and he started having effective minutes, and everyone's like, who is this cat, Giannis Antetokounmpo? Giannis Antetokounmpo was around 220 pounds when he finally became effective, because he came in at, I think it was 190 or 200. So if Alexei Pokusevski can get into the NBA training protocol, aka PEDs, just kidding, will become a really good player. He has the length. He's 7'2". He has a wingspan of 7'4". Oh my god. And he plays like he's a guard. He thinks he's a guard. And that's just because how modern basketball is being grown up now. You're just even though if you're tall, you're I like to shoot. I like the ball out. I like to handle the rock. So that's what you do. And Alexei Pokusevski has a chance to be one of the best players in this year's NBA draft. I thought for sure Theo Maledon would be a first-round pick. I think he has a higher roof than Killian Hayes, the other French guard, who Killian Hayes played in a lower division of competition in this German second league of basketball, compared to Theo Maledon, who played for Tony Parker's French league team in the first division. Okay, this guy has size. He's got length. Honestly, his build, physical profile, kind of similar, not at all, they're not similar players, but the similar length and lankiness to Shai. Theo Maledon has that length and lankiness. It's insane. He's not the most athletic guy. He's not an explosive athlete, but he is an athlete. He has some moves. He's a guy who could be a secondary ball handler. Whatever they think Tyrese Halliburton can do, I think Theo Maledon can do. Yeah, his floor is a lot lower, and that's why he has the bust potential. But man, oh man, I love this cat so much. So now, let me hear down below, guys, what you guys thought of this video. What do you think of this team? I think this team is going to be borderline playoff, high lottery. So yeah, that's all, guys. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. As always, guys, I hope you guys have a great day, because I know I will. Till next, guys. Peace out.